afternoon, you're welcome to the Midday News. Security has been heightened at the National Assembly complex ahead of President Bola Tinubu's presentation of the 2025 appropriation bill to a joint session of the Senate and the House of Representatives today. Armed policemen were stationed at key entry points, including the main gate, Villa Gate, and Annex Gates. Only those with proper accreditation were granted access, though the accreditation process remained smooth and incident-free despite the tense atmosphere. The usually lively complex was unusually quiet, with human and vehicular movement significantly restricted. The foyer and corridors, typically bustling with activity, were largely deserted as preparations were made for the president's arrival. The president is expected to present 2025 budgetary estimates of 47.96 trillion naira to the National Assembly. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudus, has said the 2025 budget framework was based on oil price benchmark of $75 per barrel, oil production capacity of 2.06 million barrels per day, and an exchange rate of 1,400 naira to a dollar. The First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, through her Renewed Hope initiative, has disbursed 1.9 billion naira to 9,500 elderly citizens nationwide. The second edition of the RHI Elderly Support Scheme was held simultaneously across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Reaffirming her commitment to the welfare of elderly Nigerians, the First Lady announced a significant increase in the support grants to 200,000 naira per beneficiary. In a statement by her Senior Special Assistant on Media, Bushola Kukoyi, Senator Tinubu said the governing board of the Renewed Hope Initiative has decided to increase the grant from 100,000 naira to 200,000 naira this year to provide further support for elderly citizens during this festive season. The initiative, with the theme Total Wellness, Happy, Healthy, and Prosperous Lifestyle, aims to support elderly Nigerians aged 65 and above. Each state, the FCT, and the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association received 50 million naira, with 250 elderly beneficiaries in each location receiving 200,000 naira. Osun State House of Assembly has urged local government administrators in the state to prioritize the prudent management of resources. Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Adewale Egbedon, stated this through the chairman of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Olumide Fatumishe, while reviewing the draft estimates for local government areas. Parliamentary reporter Oluwatosin Oladokun now reports.
Osun State House of Assembly has concluded the 2025 budget defense exercise for local government areas, emphasizing the need for judicial resources allocation. Earlier, the Chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Olumide Fatumishe, stressed the importance of transparency and accountability in local governance. He urged heads of local government administration to work in synergy with their teams to achieve growth and development at the grassroots.
We pledge to support the state government in driving the state to the right path. This assembly is very devoted, and we have to say this to all local government that just appeared before us, that funds that are being allocated to each local government are there to cater for the citizens. We understand the local government is the closest government to the citizens, and which also calls on them to discharge their duty in taking care of our constituents.
During the budget defense, Honorables Babajide Koforola, Sikiru Badepade, Taufik Olayiwola, Tajudeen Adeyemi, Kashope Abolarin, Rotimi Ogunrinade, Adekunle Oladimeji, Abiola Ibrahim, Adeyemi Adewumi, Eliza Aderenwale, Bandele Lawal, among other cautioned local government administrators not to take their autonomy for granted. The committee led by Honorable Fatumishe reviewed the draft estimates for 31 local governments, including area office, including Osun State Local Government Staff Pension Bureau and Osun State Local Government Staff Loans Board. Oluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
The federal government has stated that it will establish a youth bank to offer loans, grants, and other financial products to support young entrepreneurs, fostering innovation and job creation. The Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Adeleke Olawande, said this at a media party in Abuja. According to the minister, efforts are underway to have a Nigerian Youth Employment Action Plan to address the country's unemployment. He said the bank will provide education, training, and employment opportunities. Olawande said the ministry also unveiled the Youth Activities Dashboard, where activities and initiatives will be displayed. And out of sport, following the goalkeeping crisis that has engulfed the club, South Africa Premier League side Kazachev has concluded plans to table offers for Nigeria Super Eagles and Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali. The Amakosi initially showed interest in the 28-year-old shortstopper last season, but failed to agree with Chippa United on financial grounds. According to the update from South Africa, the club is ready to return for Nwabali, who has signed a 3-year extension with Chippa United. The Nigerian international has been one of the best performers in the league this season, having recorded 4 clean sheets in 11 games. On the second day of his visit to the Central African Republic, Jean-Pierre Lacrosse, the UN peacekeeping chief, met with the country's Prime Minister Felix Molua. The two leaders discussed the ongoing situation in the Central African Republic and the key steps needed for further progress. The humanitarian and security conditions in the Central African Republic have deteriorated since March amidst escalating clashes between armed groups. Despite these challenges, significant strides have been made in stabilizing the country. Lacroix highlighted several areas of positive change during the meeting, which included the deployment of the state's presence in conflict zones and successful stabilization efforts in various regions of the country. He also noted the progress made in disarming members of armed groups and the fact that some groups have withdrawn from armed conflict and reintegrated into the civilian life. And again, on the foreign scene, Russia's security service says it detained a 29-year-old man from Uzbekistan over the assassination of General Igor Kirillov. According to Russia's security service, a 29-year-old Uzbekistan citizen has been detained in Moscow over the killing of top General Igor Kirillov. Russian state agency reported that the man was recruited by Ukrainian intelligence. Ukraine security service claimed responsibility for Kirillov's death. Kirillov, the head of the Russian military's nuclear, biological and chemical protection forces, was killed in an explosion outside an apartment building from a remotely detonated device hidden in an electronic scooter. His assassination came a day after Ukraine's security service opened a criminal investigation against him, accusing him of directing the use of banned chemical weapons. And that was the midday news on OSBC television. Join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.